Hey everyone, if you enjoy my stories and want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to my channel, Voice Esafantizo. I'd love to have you join the community. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date on my latest videos. It was a sunny Saturday morning in our cozy London flat, the kind of day where the sky was a perfect blue and the streets of Notting Hill smelled like freshly baked croissants. I, Margaret, a retired schoolteacher, was busy sorting through bills in the kitchen when my 22-year-old daughter, Sophie, burst in like a whirlwind. Mum, I need money. The girls and I are spontaneing a trip to Barcelona, she announced, eyes sparkling with adventure. Before I could blink, she'd swiped my pension envelope from the counter. I raised an eyebrow. Sophie, that's for, well, my pension. Sophie waved it off with a grin. Don't worry, Mum. I'll pay you back with tapas. Besides, you've always said I should live a little. I sighed, half-jokingly threatening to ground her. But the allure of Barcelona won me over. All right, but be safe. And don't spend it all on sangria. With a squeal, Sophie grabbed her bag and dashed out, leaving me to my quiet morning. I decided to tidy up, starting with the fridge. It was a bit of a mess, leftovers from last week's roast chicken, a jar of dubious pickles, and a science experiment involving an open yogurt. I was halfway through sorting it when Sophie screamed from inside the fridge. I spun around, heart racing. Sophie stood frozen, staring into the fridge like it was a horror movie prop. Mum, what is that? I peered in. Nestled between the wilted lettuce and a jar of mayonnaise was a rather large, rather hairy tarantula. I let out a shriek too, jumping back. How did it get in here? Sophie's face was pale. I opened the door and it was just staring at me. We stood there, laughing nervously, unsure if we should be terrified or amused. It turned out our flat, tucked in a charming Notting Hill block, had an unexpected guest. Perhaps it had wandered in through a gap while we were out, seeking warmth. Okay, Operation Spider Eviction, I declared, grabbing a plastic container and a towel. Sophie hovered behind me, eyes wide. We carefully coaxed the tarantula into the container, its fuzzy legs tapping the glass as it surveyed its temporary prison. We debated what to do next. Release it in the park? Call a pest control? Sophie insisted on a ceremonial goodbye, complete with a tiny bon voyage note. I agreed, chuckling. We took it to a leafy corner of Regent's Park, let it loose under a bush, and watched it escape into the shadows. As we walked back, Sophie nudged me. Mum, maybe the fridge was trying to tell us something. Like, clean it more often? I laughed. Or maybe it was a sign to enjoy the trip. You better send me tapas pics. The rest of the day was a blur of giggles and fridge scrubbing. Sophie left for Barcelona with a lighter heart, and a promise to be careful, and I stayed behind, curious about what other surprises London had in store. That night, I cleaned the fridge thoroughly, lined it with fresh paper, and stocked it with fruits and less experimental leftovers. As I settled in with a book, I smiled thinking of Sophie's scream, the silly tarantula, and the reminder that sometimes, life's best adventures come with a side of chaos. A week later, Sophie returned with sunburned cheeks and stories of Gaudi's Sagrada Familia. Over dinner, she pulled out a small gift, a fridge magnet shaped like a playful spider. "Mum, for the next unexpected guest," she said with a grin. I hugged her, feeling grateful for the laughter, the trip, and even the surprise in the fridge. We agreed, some memories are worth spending a pension on. Thanks for watching.